it's fair to say that both of those players are better than the numbers show. We're underway here in Cincinnati, Michigan against Wake Forest, and the first swing goes to one of the newcomers. It is Sydney Schnickels.
She tried to take advantage of that shorter blocker, and she really did a great job of hitting line last night.
Camille Edwards the set there. Michigan runs the 6-2, and that's blocked.
Wants her 3 front row attackers available and then a back row attacker there in Jacobs, but her foot just hit the 3-meter line, so that was a violation.
Had to send the free ball over there, over to Murphy, and she's denied by Edwards, the setter, in that 6-2 for Michigan. A nice dig by Emma Farrell, who was excellent last night for Wake. Another punch up by Edwards. Cochran has to set it to Simmons off the block. Good reach by Baker. Murphy off the block again. Jacobs back there. Edwards, and the pushover by Nyembio is denied as well. Legita. Edwards finally has a chance to set, going to Simmons on the far side, and finally Michigan the kill. Amalia Simmons figures to take a key role in that pin hitter spot this season. Back in her day, it was not a Big Ten school like it is now. Crawford flying in, and an absolute rocket gets her first kill. That's a bomb.
That is a bomb. That's the Crawford we were expecting to see last night. That's the best ball she's hit.
Seeing some big swings in this match, though. Very encouraging for both sides.
Yeah, I really have. And, you know, we're only 19 points into this, and big swings by offensive players.
Schnickels off the net to the back row for Legita. Bellows back set, and down the line it's in.
Be the first match, you know, play with some nerves, some butterflies, but now they're being a lot more aggressive this afternoon.
Nyembio gets one back, and a side out for Michigan. Nyembio also one of the captains, a very good blocker. She had 114.
And she's picked up right where she left off, her 3rd kill this match.
She didn't start yesterday. She came off the bench as a spark and did very well. That's a cheeky shot there for Nyembio. That clipped the end line. Another ace for Jacobs. She is the best serving middle blocker for Michigan, according to Erin Virtue. Legita on that opposite side now delivers the kill.
Yeah, again, Wake Forest, I think.
Out of Pittsburgh. Coach Virtue said she's the best pin blocker on this team. Roll shot, Crawford. Back row, Jacobs, high flyer for the kill. Yesterday they didn't pick up a set victory until the 3rd set. Cincinnati won the first 2. Wake made it interesting but couldn't complete the comeback. Jenna Haynes. And it's Becca Bellows on the serve. Hits the top of the tape. Schnickels, dug out by Farrell. Crawford to end it. Dug out, nicely done by the setter Burke. Jacobs roll shot. Farrell has to set it up for Crawford. And that wraps up set 1. So 25-19 the score in set 1. Michigan starts on the serve with Morgan Burke. Over to Whitekettle for the first swing. Burke the set over to Simmons. Nice dig by Legita. Bellows the long set across the court and a whiff there for Whitekettle. She's upset with herself.
Yeah, she kind of grabbed her head like, oh, what did I just do? My bad.
Took the eye off it for just a little bit too long. Jacobs from the back. And that overpass sails out of bounds. 2-0 Michigan. But she was concerned about the synergy between setter and hitter. That was one of her major concerns.
Yeah, and that really, when you do have 2 different setters, you know, no 2 setters are alike. They set with different tempo, different everything. But their 2 setters are a little bit undersized. And so when you have a gauntlet of a schedule in the Big Ten, you know, those Big Ten outside hitters are just going to take advantage of a little bit smaller setters. So that's why.
It's kind of the double-edged sword, right? Because in the Big Ten, you also need to keep up offensively. You have to worry about other teams attacking your deficiencies on defense.
In that serve, because it was very strong, aggressive serve.
Crawford denied. Back set Baker to Murphy, tapped over. Haynes denied it first, kept it alive. Tight set for Simmons, and Wake wins it.
Yeah, in between the passers. because that, if there's a communication breakdown, just like that previous play.
And of course, Nyambio, the key returner. But Bamus figures to see some crucial time as the season goes along. That's a very creative shot there on basically telling his hitters, don't hit it in her area.
Yeah, and you're a special player when you make the other team's scouting report.
Tracked down by Burke, up for Jacobs. Nicely done.
Jacobs, great swing.
Baker, one of the three captains, perhaps the best vocal team leader on the team. Jacobs going to their ace. Now the Wolverines need a run on Camille Edwards' serve. She redshirted last year, played in just one match. Tough overpass, and Jacobs hammers that.
Yeah, again, when you talk about the
There's Sanaa Williams, middle blocker, transfer from Mississippi State. Going at the libero, Cochran. Simmons sets the feet right down the line. And it's off of Baker for the kill. Nice shot by Crawford. She gets up to her feet for the attack. It's sent back. Wake still a chance. Dumped over by Bellows. Simmons gets to it. Haynes has to send the free ball. Farrell calls everybody off to set Crawford, and Cochran with a great dig. Tight set for Simmons, and Michigan wraps up set 2.
I have to say that it could be a barbecue snob, because the 10 years we lived in Memphis, you really couldn't go wrong with any of the restaurants, the establishments in Memphis.
Nice roll shot to start set 3 for Paige Crawford.
Of Michigan's block for that kill.
Crawford, who's been so sure-handed, a little bit uncertain there on that serve receive, did just enough. See where Bellows goes here. She calls her own number. We haven't seen that very much out of the Wake Forest setters. Overpass, Hawkins. Another is dumped down. Something that Aaron Virtue is going to love to see, getting those middles involved on a team that is certainly going to be Jacobs and pin-centric. Here is Jacobs setting her feet, and it's denied. Another block for Wake. That's their 6th today. Hawkins at the center of that one.
Wow, Hawkins. Yeah, White Kettle did a really good job of moving that block, setting that block way inside the court, because that set was really far inside, and great job of Hawkins sealing off that net.
Wanting to get the middles involved, but that's a nice secondary piece to have with Demetrician, even though coming off the bench colds. A good serve receive there, up for another kill, and that one's good. Isn't it nice when a story kind of lines up with what happens on the floor?
Yes, it is.
Demetrician gets the kill. Murphy, good tap, and there's Demetrician again. That's a smart shot by Williams. Saw the open side of the floor.
What a smart shot. She saw that there were 2 blockers in front of her, so the left side came over to block along with the middle blocker, and that.
Going at her again. She's got quite the arm, though. Some fresh legs out there for Michigan. She's playing in what was Amalia Simmons' spot. Williams. Free ball, Murphy. Demetrician's been the hot hand. Instead it goes to Haynes. Pushed over by Baker. Back to the middle for Haynes once again. Overpass. This time back set, back row. Back to Jacobs.
Jacobs, unbelievable. What an athlete. The way she takes off.
Crawford denied. Michigan 3 points in a row, the most recent on that big block.
It's the end line. She's got to have really strong hands and arms to do that.
A one-handed set by Edwards. It finds Serena Nyambio. Combined with Michigan playing better as this match has gone along, they've dropped the last 2 sets. They go to Hawkins on the first attack of set 4. A joust here, and it is 1.
That third set, I don't know if she tweaked something, if she got hurt, or if he saw something. but offensively, she was carrying the load for Wake Forest, and I was kind of surprised to see her come out of the game.
Still has not committed an error. Back row, Jacobs. Hawkins got a piece of it. Demetrician, another big swing. 15 kills, 0 errors today for Legita. Demetrician. More like demolition. Goodness.
Wow. Yeah, between Demetrician and Jacobs back there, wow, that just is such an offensive weapon when you have.
Back row, Jacobs pushed to the middle. White Kettle. Nice dig by Gordon. Demetrician, wow, big block. There it is for Wake. We were waiting for it to come alive again.
You have the bench talking along with the eyes on the court.
Legita, the tap, and another kill. She's up to 17 now. A key piece for Jeff Holzmeyer to get back in Winston-Salem. Legita once again, a big rocket. Cochran can't handle it. Influenced Aaron Virtue's thinking, the way Demetrician is played.
Well, and you know, not every night are you going to have your...
You don't need to be perfect every night. Somebody else can step in and help you out if you're having a tough night. Big swing and a grunt from Jacobs. Match point.
And it just, if you're not watching from where she's taken off, you would think that that was a front row attack, but that is, she is coming out of the back row.
24-20. And it's going to end on an ace. Who else but Demetrician?